When the dry cleaner called, I almost didn't pick up. It was late, and I was half a drink into pretending everything was fine. But his voice, shaky, urgent, cut through the static in my head. "Mr. Lang," he said, "you need to come by, now." I'd known Omar for 10 years. He pressed my suits for court, stitched my son's school blazer, smiled when my wife dropped off her dresses. So when he pulled me into the back room and locked the door behind us, I knew something was wrong. He looked pale, his hands trembling. He held up my wife's red coat, the one she wore on weekends, and said quietly, "Listen to me carefully. Grab your kids and leave this town before morning." My first thought was absurd. Maybe he'd found drugs, or cash, or another man's note. But when he reached into the lining and pulled out a small plastic bag with a silver flash drive inside, I felt the air change. "I found this," he whispered, "and I wish I hadn't." I took it home, plugged it in. What I saw burned something out of me that night. Her name is Claire. We met in law school. She argued like fire, laughed like she'd never lose. I loved that about her. We built a life on that energy. A house with white walls, 2 kids, a mortgage, and shared ambition. She joined a nonprofit, I joined a firm. We told ourselves we'd fight the world together. For a while we did, until the fights stopped being about the world and started being about us. She'd come home late, say it was meetings. Her phone started living face down on the counter. I told myself not to pry. People grow, marriages bend. Then they snap. The flash drive contained video, grainy footage, time-stamped over several months. Hidden camera, my home office. Claire wasn't alone. I watched her with him. His hand on her waist, his voice, soft, rehearsed. But that wasn't the worst of it. The man was Robert Callan, senior partner at my firm, my mentor, the man who helped me get my start. And on the next file, another video, documents spread on my desk, financials, client lists, Claire passing him information, confidential information, my work, my cases, my life. She wasn't just unfaithful, she was my leak, my enemy. I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I just sat there, the glow of the monitor painting everything blue. And I began to plan. Revenge isn't rage, it's patience, and I'm very patient. First, I checked her laptop. Encrypted drives, password protected. But I knew her patterns. Birthdays, song lyrics, our anniversary. Within hours I had her emails. The paper trail was exquisite. Messages between her and Callan detailing kickbacks, client poaching, the kind of fraud that would end careers. I copied everything, dated it, backed it up, 3 locations. Then I smiled at her again, kissed her goodnight, pretended. Execution of the plan. Step 1, I transferred my assets quietly, moved funds to a trust under my brother's name. Kids' college accounts sealed. Step 2, I started recording. Every conversation, every call. I gave her rope, and she took it, talking about their plan, about when it's all over. She thought she was safe. Step 3, I visited Omar again, thanked him, gave him a number to call if anyone asked about that coat. Step 4, I scheduled a meeting with the ethics board, anonymous submission. Then I waited. When Callan's fraud investigation began, Claire panicked. She came home shaking, whispering about the injustice, begging me to believe her. I held her, told her it would be fine. She cried into my shoulder. I watched her makeup stain my shirt. The night before her arrest, I invited her to dinner. Candles, wine, the kids asleep upstairs. I told her I'd found something in her coat. She froze. "What do you mean?" I set the flash drive on the table between us. "Do you remember this?" Her eyes darted, calculating. "You don't understand, It is," I said, calm, precise. Every email, every video, every betrayal. She tried to stand. I didn't stop her. She ran to the door, but headlights flashed outside. 2 unmarked cars. Timing is everything. When the knock came, she turned to me. "You?" I nodded once. "Me." They took her away quietly. Callan, too. His firm fell within days. I didn't testify. I didn't need to. The evidence spoke for itself. The kids think she's on a work trip. I'll tell them the truth someday, when they're old enough to understand that love doesn't always mean safety. Sometimes love is the weapon they use against you. Omar closed his shop last week. I paid off his mortgage before he left. He earned that. As for me, I sleep fine now. The house is quieter, cleaner. My office, too. Every morning I hang up my coat next to hers, the red one. It still smells faintly of her perfume, of deceit and roses. And sometimes, when I pass it, I remember her last words as they took her away. "You'll regret this." But I haven't. Not once.